gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Give me just a second. I had my little deal all set up down here. And then, of course, as soon as I walk away and redo the orientation, it's like all backwards and upside down. So, give me just a moment. We'll let everybody filter in. You know, this is kind of a surprise. I just decided to pop on here. I'm like, okay, I'm here. There we go. Maybe that'll help. Does that help at all? Thanks. All right, let's tighten this down. Let me scooch this stand in. Oh, there we go. That's great. That is great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family. Hey, how's it going, everybody? First off, let me start by, I think, let me find out where is my, let me start up by doing that. There we go. Relda, what is happening? What is up? I am here. I am ready to clean. I want to get this. Oh, you're in lunch at school? Well, hey, happy lunch at school day. All right, we're going to start cleaning. First and foremost, this is my Astrotrain. Are we doing Optimus? No, I'm going to finish this shelf real quick. I promised. And then I'm going to start on that top corner of the. That's going to be all for the next like 2 or 3 weeks. So, doing this has had an effect on my respiratory system. Oh. All right, we'll start down here. These little guys. Let's clean these off. And like I said, first and foremost, I apologize for the filthy I've kind of give me a little bit of business, and they didn't even worried of me. They're like, "Hey, buddy, somebody's gonna roast you," and I'm like, "Dude, nobody roasts me harder than myself." There we go. This comes with that guy back there. He was the club collection. We'll put those down there for right now. I don't think we're gonna make. Yeah, there's another one. And we broke out our handy-dandy 2-inch angled, soft bristled paintbrush that does the work of 10 men dusting. So, there we go. And this guy, too, he comes with the comic book club. Also, I may have to leave early because I have class. Hey, no problem. You make sure you get to class, do good, do well. What is today? Wednesday? Week's almost over with. Yeah. We'll put him down there, and here is, this isn't an original, but this is a G1. Oh, whenever they were doing the little remolds and recasts, and yeah, look, sorry about that. I am doing great. I had to work all day yesterday, worked a lot more than what I thought, which was fine, because I have a couple of Transformers coming up that I want to buy, and they're expensive. You told me you were watching the G1 episodes. That's awesome. You know, and how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Enjoy. Guys get like 10 minutes and then they're yelling at you. Everybody, dump your trays, get back. Okay, we got that one. And that looks a lot better. Now I'm fine. All right, good. There we go. G1. Well, a representation of the G1 anyway. We'll put that there. Let me move. I'm gonna move. The thing is, you know, I still have shelves like in front of here, so I'm holding my arms way out. And I'm trying to remember where the microphone is on the camera because I don't want to seem like I'm yelling at anybody. All right, here's one of my favorites. This was the Netflix. All right, let's... wait a minute. I got to move my... I got our handy-dandy pot of hot water. I'm going to move it over here. I'm actually going to set it on top. I've got a little space heater. This was our Netflix that we got. And, of course, I don't know if everybody remembers back in the day whenever panel lining was a thing. I panel lined this guy. I thought it looked cool. He already came with a little bit of battle damage on him, so I didn't feel bad. Plus, for a minute there, and I think this Astrotrain, I got it Ross for $12. And it shocked and amazed me that I found him there for 12 bucks. Because I got this one, I got that one. This one I bought at the store, ordered it or whatever. And, you know, I know one of these two was a Ross find. Probably this guy, because I felt good enough to, you know, let's hit him with some paint and let's see what happens. But I'll show you what he looks like after I got done panel lining him. Once I get him to the point where I don't feel grossed out just holding on to him. And this guy came with so many accessories and stuff. Let me check the chat real quick. I don't want to miss anything that you said there. How old is my daughter? 10 and 13. Yep. Got one in 6th grade and one in, well, she's going to be in, what, 7th grade next year? Yeah, I think so. And then the boys, they're already all out of school. All right, we're just going to, sorry, everybody. I really, this guy is like, you know, he's like a freaking English biscuit in all nooks and crannies. Okay, there we go. This was, and this guy came, like I said, with just so many guns and weapons. All right, there we go. And I panel lined him because I thought I was cool. And he gave me something to do. There we go. He is all clean. And to me, he looks pretty good now. We'll throw him down here. Next, the Chigger with a CH. This guy, let's just start. Let's just start. I'll talk. I'll throw that on the ground. Oh. This guy is phenomenal. This guy is super, super, super cool. And, yeah, he doesn't deserve that. But, yeah, you can just love my brush. All right. I'm trying to, like, direct this away from... I'm just making the other ones dirtier. I did get a little vacuum cleaner that I should, you know, like one of those little dust buster type things. I was like, that wouldn't be bad. It might save me from, you know, give me 10 years of my life by not breathing in this junk. There we go. He is all clean. This guy is fantastic in all modes, but to me, he really shined in his space shuttle mode. And I want one of the characters in each one of the modes as I have them sitting here on my shelf. Now, let's find his little stand that I threw on the ground. There's the stand that he comes with. And you can still find this guy on AliExpress for 70, 80 bucks. He's pretty cheap. You know, he's one of those ones that if I ever had the extra cash and there wasn't a Prime coming out, I would consider getting another one to display him. Let's get this guy here real quick. This is the Siege in his train mode, kitted up with some of those weapons. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, Esmeralda especially, I am so sorry. I'm sorry. Look, you know what? Hey, I'll take the blame. I stacked boxes all up over here, and they were like, I'm holding my hand up here, like you can see. They were way up there. But recently, I've been able to move all the boxes, get all the junk out of the way. Work has slowed down a little bit, which is okay for the moment. Doesn't that look so much better? I thought he made just an excellent train mode. And of course, I went through and put some extra silver on him because, you know, that's just me. That's what I had to do. Yeah, you can see in there, that's some nice metallic purple. All right, let's get his little armament car. Put that back on there. Yeah, and this is why I like my brush, because you can get all that stuff in there. Clean it all out. Yuck. Yeah, I think next time, well, I'm going to try, you know, I kept all this over here and kind of keeping in mind the last week or two whenever I started moving these boxes. I was like, this is going to be a cool episode. And then I had to come out here and cut some sheetrock. And then the branch fell on the garage. And I was like, okay, I got to clean these off before I can't see them. you know? Okay, there we go. That looked better. Yeah, I think he makes a good looking train. All of them are really kind of compromised on the train mode, but he's about the best. Well, I shouldn't say that because the DX9 is awesome. Let's throw that down there. Let's get this little one. This one here, what is it? Iron Mountain? The Iron Mountain? Ooh, he's gotten crusty in the joints, hasn't he? I thought this guy was cool. For a legend scale, or core scale. Used to be legend scale. See? So much better. This guy has never seen dust. Never ever seen dust. Would you believe it? That was a joke I made last time. I was like, all of my figures have been displayed in a climate controlled, humidity controlled glass cabinets. Yeah. No glass cabinets here, buddy. I'm sorry. No glass cabinets, but I do have meat hooks hanging off the wall over there, you know. There we go. Oh, he is such a cool figure. Yeah, and I was talking to a dude, Bentley, the other day, or Brentley. He's starting to collect Transformers, and I suggested that, you know, hey, if you're starting out, start out with these little guys. Because they're just as posable, just as cool, and a quarter the price. These are the ones that I like. Okay, let's get this guy. This guy comes with him, and he is part of the collector's edition. I was part of that back in the day. Basically like a mail-away Hasbro Pulse. Where you had like different figures come up and you could buy them, and they were exclusives to the con. Of course, now you can still, you know, you can aftermarket, you can buy anything nowadays. You could buy a giraffe. You could buy absolutely anything. There's this little roller guy that comes with him. But he was a collector's club exclusive. This is the hentai, or henkai. It's almost like a bobblehead. Yeah, there we go. There we go. No, this isn't. The henkai's the white one. Yeah, this is just the normal Astrotrain that we got. And what series was this? There was a gentleman on with me the other day, Marcus. And I mean, you know, I can sit and look at these guys. I remember buying them. I remember seeing them on the shelves, but I don't. I'm like, you know, that's from such and such series. I'm not a stats guy. I think that's all I have to say about that. I am not a stats guy. I don't, you know, you got like those guys, and they're handy. They're useful people to know. Those people that like can tell you everything about a character, or, you know, a football guy. Oh, sorry. I was trying to get that against the shoulder. You know, somebody who knows all the stats of every dude on the field. That's not me. I enjoy the game. Like with Transformers. I enjoy the Transformers. The lore and all that. That's great. That comes secondary to my love for the figure. There we go. There we go. All right. Ooh, he's a lot better. Let's throw him down to one side. And let's grab his counterpart, who makes an excellent looking shuttle. Believe it or not, that's white. Just checking to hear some static running. I think so. I think Bumblebee fell on the wires in the Bayverse Transformers movie. That's where he jacked up his vocal cords. Just checking to hear from you some static. Stu, what's happening, sir? How you doing? Some static? Yeah, man. I'm sorry about that. I think my mic's on the bottom of the camera because I kept trying to flip the orientation. I'm just cleaning my disgusting Transformers, man. Oh, Ratchet is the one who fell. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Oh. You know, I felt bad about this, but I'm staying here. Last time it took me an hour and a half to do the shockwaves. My back hurt for 2 days. So If that's not retribution, I don't know what is. This guy's nice and white. We might take it. Doesn't that look so much better? Yeah. Yeah. Stu, thank you for dropping by. I meant to say that the other day. I saw you in one of the little panel things, and I couldn't remember if you dropped by. I didn't want to be a dork and be like, hey, man, thanks for stopping by. And then you'd be like, sure, buddy. You know, I'm like that guy that somebody waves and I wave back, but they're waving at the person behind me. That's me constantly in real life. Well, I guess he did come with a weapon. There we go. I'm cleaning off all of my Astro trains. I still really don't like that. That looks a little schmutzy. It's got some schmutz on there. Let's wipe that off. Let me set him back here for a second. Oh, where did my bottle of cleaner go? I knew I was going to do that. I did that earlier. Okay, I don't need that. I'm just going to use my little sponge here with some hot soapy water. Let's wipe that off real quick. He's got a little bit of paint on him, but no stickers. I'm not really worried about, you know. There we go. Yeah, I got a little paper towel here. Oh, that's a lot better. Yeah. There we go. Oh, except for my dirty fingerprints from handling all these things. All right, now I'm going to gently send him down. Gently send him down there. Where did I put my brush? Got it right here. Okay. Let us get, this guy came with the collector's edition. And let's get him cleaned off. And he is a very cool looking little sub guy. There. There. He is all clean. Good to go. Let's grab the next one. I can't remember what KO this is, but he's beautiful. Let me take those weapons, buddy. Oh, there we go. I promise you. He looks good once you get through all of my self-imposed junk here. All right, let me check my strong guy took a header last night and broke. Oh no, a large barbell set. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, I had that happen with Black Zarak. He fell and took down all of my devastators. He completely destroyed the NBK. Well, I appreciate that, Esmeralda. I'd appreciate that. I'd wave right back. And how much does your Optimus Prime cost? Then ask, how much does your Optimus Prime cost? The most expensive Prime I have is that Lewin. And the funny thing is, that came out the same time the, whatever you want to call it, the big, huge Unicron. The it was 590 some odd dollars, $600. That Unicron came out, the Lewin Prime came out, and I said, nope, I got to get that Prime. Although I should have held off. That's a story for, you know, another time. I should have held off and got that doggone Unicron, but oh well. Oh well, it's out of my reach now. Yeah, I ain't paying. Although I think I've seen them on Macari for $1,200 or $1,300, but yeah, there we go. Look at the back of that guy. He makes a phenomenal train. He is cool. All right. And now for you guys, now if you want to sit here, give me 2 hours of your time. No, I'm not going to do. I'm not even going to joke about it. I was going to say, sit here, give me 2 hours, and I'll transform this guy. There we go. All right, he is all done. He is all clean. Let's throw him down here with the others. Oh, my arms are getting tired. And here, what was this? Ugh, that's better, isn't it? Titans Returns. Yeah, this was the Titan Returns guy. And there we go, there we go. And he is a headmaster. That's pretty cool. Oh, I never really noticed that translucent plastic on the back of them. Huh. All right, all right. Or I probably did, but, you know, last time I looked at him was 2 or 3 years ago. Ugh, ugh. Get that off there, get that off there. Clean this off here. And I'm doing it right, ladies and gentlemen. See, back in the day, I miss rollers on Transformers. All right, the Titans Returns. All clean, all good. Now he is, anyway. Can't forget those knees. He's hippie, too, isn't he? All right, got the knees, got the hips, got the elbows, got the head. He's all done. He's clean. Good enough. We'll put him down. And next, let's get this newest. This guy, I absolutely love this dude. And I wanted to say he's not that dirty, but he kind of is. This was part of that Shattered Glass series. I don't think it was called Shattered Glass, though. Obviously it is. No, because this isn't a different character. This is the, you know, he's over here because he's a mold mate. But I'm pretty sure this is a different character. And there we go. Kind of looks like, what if Jazz and Astrotrain had a baby? That's what it would look like right there. All right, let me get, let's go with one of my favorites over here. This guy, this is a Cell, C-E-L-L. Let's put that back in there. And put that in there. He is very, very frail. He's kind of thin feeling. You know, a step above model grade. But, does he have some schmutz in there that we need? No, it's just dirty. Dirty, dirty. Sorry about that. This guy is the Cell Astrotrain. Actually, this was a one-off made by a cell phone company, or a cell phone case company, I think. Yeah, they made cell phone cases. They decided to make a Transformer. I found it on AliExpress, and it was beautiful. 99% of my collection comes from AliExpress. I will shamelessly plug them, because they're good. I mean, you know, not everything is perfect. Not every last shipment goes great, but, you know, shipping containers fall off boats all the time. I actually got a notification on, what was it? That Prime, that is the wombat-y looking combat vehicle. But it was a third-party one, and the shipping container fell off the boat. And they even told me, they're like, hey, look, this product was damaged when the shipping container fell off the boat. Somehow they got the container back, but the box is ruined, and the product may have catastrophic damage. Do you still want this? And you know what I said? I was like, I'm no fool. Heck yeah, I want it. Send it to me. Absolutely, I do. I want to see what the heck happens to a figure after it falls out of a shipping container, off a shipping container into the ocean. Whoa, where did that go? Oh, it didn't go too far. All right, let's get that. These kind of, let's just pop. Actually, let's do it. If we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. Let's get in here. And of course, you know, he's got a little bit of the wheel stamped onto him, but still, whenever I saw him, I thought, man, yep, that's an Astrotrain that I need. And I've had this guy for 5 or 6 years now, at least. There we go, there we go, there we go. The Cell, C-E-L-L Astrotrain. And I must have been doing good because I actually put those stickers on his wings very well. I'm happy with that. All right, let's grab the next one. I'm running out of room down here. Okay, I'm going to have to start setting to the side over here. All right. Ooh. And then I have all these various little containers that each iteration must have to carry all the junk that, he comes along with. And those just open up. You can put your weed in there. No, I'm just saying. Boy, howdy. If you can see the dust, trust me, I can taste it. Blech. Tab back in there, buddy. Gotta go, Esmeralda. See you later. Bye. The KO transformers. I will take them, break them down once, like with the triple changers. We'll go through each one. But boy, howdy. I did on one of my episodes, the MP44 Prime. That's as crazy as I'm getting right there. All right, let us grab, and this is the official offering. Oh, from, what was this? Fans Toys, I think. No, it's not. Look at that. We're going to have to wipe him off. Give me that. This guy is phenomenal. It's Thomas. And I got him in the Japanese colors because I found the KO, the RP over there, in the normal colors. So I'm like, okay, I'll splurge. I'll support the company, and then I'm going to get the KO as well. You're only going to get me once. All right, I don't know if you can see that, but let's try. Oh, that's so much better. Yeah. White Transformers suffer the most, don't they? And this is just my sponge with a little bit of soapy water. So much better. Oh, yeah, look at that. A little bit of a difference. Basically just knocking this dirt off of him. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. And this guy looks so good and so clean and straight. It's just a shame to get dirt on him, to be honest. There we go. There you go. Oh, he seems happy. Let's get underneath your neck. There. Oh, I'm going to dry that off a little bit. There we go. Don't want that water pooling up on there. There we go. There we go. Oh. And this guy, I mean, just phenomenal. Oh, I'm getting fingerprints on him. And he weighs about 8 pounds, so my arm is getting tired. I am not kidding. Oh, yeah, this guy, let me see, this is die cast, this is die cast, this is die cast, this is die cast, this is die cast. I think the arms are all plastic, and the back is all plastic, but everything else is die cast. And I am serious, he weighs 3 pounds at least, maybe? All right, there we go. He looks good. He is clean. Back to his pearly, beautiful self. And that is what that is. It's not just white. It's got this cool pearl to it. I'm going to set him down because he's about ready to break my arm. I'm going to put him in the chair over here. Whew. How do we got? How many do we got? 3 more? We can do this. We can do this. Let's get this weaponry up off here. And those are just our bits and pieces that we're going to confuse whenever we put the shelf back together. Oh, this goes with the cell guy, I'm pretty sure. There we go. Get that nice and clean. Throw that to one side. And I can, again, this is just the Japanese version of that other character. And he really is white, I promise. Oh my gosh. Yeah, again, if anybody's watching this and you get personally offended, number one, sorry, you know what I'm saying? Life happens. I had a good, my finger, those gross little web things. I had a good couple months of work. Got Had to move a bunch of boxes for a friend of mine, stacked them all up in the back of the garage, covering up my transformer shelves for at least 2 months. Came out here, because this is an old nasty garage. I had to cut some sheetrock. Oh, that's why. Oh, yeah. Toy Warp Vintage. Oh. You know what? You know what, bud? I'll tell you something here right now. I didn't feel bad until you showed up. I felt pretty good about myself, but seeing the care and condition that you have, your figures displayed and put up, oh, it just, it warms my heart. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And like I said, I was talking about heroes earlier. People with glass display cases. You're my hero. No, I'm just not gonna. I won't do that. But and there we go. This is the. Oh, let's keep cleaning that. Yeah, I need to keep your hands moving because I got to get this done. Boy, howdy! I did those shockwaves. Oh, my back hurt for like 2 days. There we go. He is all done, cleaned up, wonderful and white. And yeah, no, yeah, wow. It is so nice to have you here, man. Wow, that is a. Uh, what's the thing of where it's an and yet the total embarrassment. There we go. This is the RP. This is the knockoff. That was funny. And that was my fault. Let's just set up on that peg. There we go. I'm not saying that's not. It's kind of funny. I mentioned the fact it's a KO. It immediately blasts into pieces. Let me disarm him real quick. All right, and this guy, same amount of just glorious feeling die cast throughout. Legs, thighs, his groin area, chest, all of this. Everything but the arms are die cast. Gord bless it. We'll get that in a minute. Right now he's G1. Just look at it that way. All right, there we go. Let us lock that back into place. And this is another reason, and I'm sure, anybody that collects figures, any kind of figures, any kind of anything, you got to get these guys out. You got to move them around. You got to check their joints. They may be quality figures, but they still get loose. Ooh, look at that. I never really noticed how beautiful. Okay, come up. Sorry. Your dust allergies are already acting. Oh, man. I haven't been able to breathe for the past, week. If you go through and look at that, the sound waves, they were bad. That Bayverse, boy, he held some dirt. He, had all those pokey, pointy parts out, oh, cover me in filth. Oh, where did I put that doggone chest thing so I don't lose it? Ugh. Oh, man, I tell you what, that's a dumbbell himself. You're going to see me walking around, curling a couple of those. Oh, well, let's move it. Let's move it to one side. We'll figure out later. We still have a lot of work to do. And for anybody that's here and anybody that's watching, thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I know you're not trying to condemn me to forever hell because I let my Transformers get in such a state. But I feel bad, you know. There we go. That's what I was thinking about renaming this episode, The Road to Redemption. And this is part of a flight display stand for the Collectors Club back there. There we go. We gotta clean that. Eesh. Don't feel bad. They're not G1s. Yeah, I don't have any G1s back here. Those are on the shelf over there. I'll talk about that later. It's not, you know. Oh, but we are going to take... Let me see if I can clean some of the schmutz off of these. Comes right off. There we go. That's a lot better. Yeah. And, you know, as toy collector will, I'm sure, agree, dust, man. Dust can deteriorate plastic, stain it, of course. There we go. Nice and clean. Last one. And my favorite one. This guy, you're gonna poo when you see him clean. That's all I have to say. Oh, that is horrible. That is horrible, horrible, horrible. Sorry. Dust of plastic. Exactly. There you go. There you go. All right, guys, we're going to go slow because I want the ultimate in red face. You know, just... Yeah, and I've said before where my collection is, and this is, you know, adding a little bit more damnation. What's one more ember on the fire? My collection is in a probably 40, 50-year-old garage. This is where I have been relegated to. And I never meant to really verbal. I should be wearing a mask. Okay, I'm not going to lose that part because I need it. There we go. I found it. There we go. We'll put that back there. And I gave him one of the other ugly little guns because he didn't have one. I should give him one of the cool big Astrotrain guns. I think that would look better. Now, do I like this mold? No, I don't really like Armada. I don't really like that. And I love different interpretations. And I think this was, you know, obviously done off the Jetfire mold. But it's still cool. It still works. It still rocks. There we go. There we go. Oh, forgot how cool he looks in his shuttle mode, too. That shuttle mode is kind of where it's at, but I have an idea for him. I got a little riser I want to put him up. I want him to stand up tall. On the back of the shelf. Ugh. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode is brought to you by mesothelioma. Blah. There we go. Put that up. Put that up. We've almost got him clean. Let's get up there. Get up there in the nooks and crannies. And ladies and gentlemen, the best thing that I have found that, you know, is a little soft tip, soft bristled, angled tipped brush. I think this is actually horsehair, but I don't know. They sell them at Ollie's for $1.99. So if you want that, there they are. There we go. We're almost there. Dang it. As soon as I get close, I see something that we missed. And I don't want to put him back dirty. Okay. There we go. Before he completely falls apart in my hands. All right. I want to get... Like I said, I'm going to do this. And there. All right. Whew, my arm is tired. Let's grab his big engine blaster cannon thing. I wonder if I ever put the batteries in this. Nope, I did not. All right. That cleaner. Let's get this little gun that he had, and just because, just because. There. I moved into this house. This garage was already here. It's a detached garage. Nice sized garage, you know, probably about a car and a half. And the guy used it for auto body work, which is cool, because I do auto body work. But the garage, unless I'm working on a Honda Civic, it's not really that feasible to work in. You know, I can pull it in here and do a bumper. I can pull a car in here and do, you know, front or rear end work. But, you know, to work on the doors or something, I tried it in here. Total pain in the butt. Total pain in the butt. Oh. Yeah, this is, and I've done, whenever I moved in, I took a shop vac to these shelves. Of course, I've lived here 11 years now. But you can tell this is some old, rough-cut wood that this dude made shelves out of. And, you know, I'm a transformer collector. I naturally gravitate towards shelves. Hey, look at that. That wood is not, it's not gray. This, I don't know what's going on over here. Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm going to have to clean that off now. I didn't know that was there. I didn't know that gross little, whatever that's wood. Probably dried paint. I'm sure it's a gross little thing, so I can quit coughing for a moment. Let us see. I know I've got something sharp nearby. Well, what's that do? Nothing, because it's got a little rubber. Okay, here we go. Since we're in my garage. I don't know what this might be glue or something. I don't know, but the Bowie knife's doing it, isn't it? I didn't know this was going to turn into a woodworking show. There you go. We're done with that. I've got enough off there that I can possibly get off. Let me resheath my sword. Okay, let's clean this bit off. And like I said, you know, if you watch some of the other episodes, I clean the other shells. They look very good. They look very nice. Am I going to have to go and do it again now? Yes, because I did it a day ago. And number one, me doing this right next to the shelf doesn't help. But that is the nature of a drafty, old, crappy garage. There we go. All right, we got the dirt off there. Let's scrub. I'm going to scrub this shelf. Let's clean this shelf up. And look at what I found in the water bucket. Well, that's clean now, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay. Don't go down there. Don't go down there. That's kind of cool looking though. I have been called rustic. I would agree with that. I don't take that as an offense. You know, I'm just a dude working with what he's got. What have I got? Right now I've got a crappy old garage. Okay. Let's get over here on this other side. And how does the back look? I don't know. Okay. Get that corner there. All right. I think that's good. This looks gross, but it's just like dried something or other. I don't even know. It actually kind of adds a dimension to the shelf a little bit. It doesn't come off, so I'm calling that a win-win, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start putting our Astrotrain. Sorry, my brain's full of dust, so I just kind of farted out there for a minute. Let's get our Astrotrains put back up there. And before I do that, in all good conscience, I see more. I got to get all the way back here. I'm not gonna. The worst thing in the world, I forgot. I wanted to clean up here too. Is I went through, cleaned that other shelf. I made it look all awesome. And then I threw a light back behind it. And like, you could see all these little spider webs and junk back here still. I mean, you know, like my mom told me whenever we was little, you know, you may not have much, but make what you got look good. There you go. That's all I'm doing. Trying to make what I got look good. What do I want as my centerpiece? My centerpiece, I want, of course, that collector's edition. And I have, and you know, whatever. Let's just continue the self-degradation. I have a little 2x2 that I spray painted silver. Spray paint. And oh, he's got a little schmutz on his wing. Can't have schmutz on the wing. There we go. Oh, that's so nice. There we go. Okay, what did I have? Where did his little blaster go? Let's put him up here where I want him. See how he'll fit. First off, we have to see if he stands up on the block. I think so. Of course, this shelf is about as wavy as the freaking ocean, so, you know, whatever. Let's get his... Oh, we just about had an Astrotrain... whatever you want to call it. Where the snow falls. Avalanche. Astrotrain Avalanche! Alright, let's give him his blaster. That's right there. That in his hand. And I still think we can keep that square and keep him back a little bit. I want him big and wide. I want every last bit of him showing. Okay. What are our next biggest ones? Because I like to bookend big and big. Okay. So there he is. And I think these are our two largest. Where did the other one go? There he is. Let's find their respective weapons real quick so we can wash them up and get them where they need to be. This MP tabs, but I don't... Does this one go with him or him? I don't know. That's what happens whenever you just throw the weapons around with odd guys. You know, is this his? Is this his? I don't know. Okay. Those two, I know, go with the other guy. Alright, well, I'm just going to give... Because these have MP slots. I'm sure of it. Yeah. Let's give that one to him. There we go. Give him his big blaster. Let's find a pose for him. So you don't want him just standing up there. There we go. Whoop, nope. Too much leg bend. There. That's pretty good. Alright, let me sneak over here to the other side. And like I said, we'll all, inevitably end up going back over and moving stuff around, relaxing characters. I don't like them all standing up there like, you know, straight up and down. Okay, you on the other side. Where did your weapon go? Okay. Well, I tell you what. Oh, I got it right here. Ta-da! There we go. I honestly didn't want to go throwing these up there without their weapons and then have to do the 1 shall stand, 20 shall fall shuffle. Let me see. We can do him. Dang it. Give me a second. That's okay. Here in a second, you're going to hear a city truck rolling by. They've been doing work down the block. So, I get to hear the city trucks floating up and down, which is cool. We're going to give him I think a hand out pose. Like, I think he should be. Yeah, something like that. We'll tweak it. We'll tweak it. Put that there. Get him to stand. Oh, there we go. And let's take the other dude. And we'll put him down there against the gray. So we'll have white, gray, but on opposite sides of the shelf. So in case anybody comes in and they have vertigo, maybe this will trigger. All right, I've goofed up his feet. Let me wipe him off a little bit. This guy's got some nice purple metallic in him. Holy moly's donuts. I want to say I have these feet on backwards, but I don't. They suck either way. It's like, either way, he wants to fall over. There we go, there we go. Let's do something like that. Can we? Will you allow me to? Nope, he wants to. She's like, I'm going to go backwards with you. Better watch it, buddy. You're going to next one up on the chopping block. Actually, if we're going to do that, let's just go ahead and put him where he's supposed to be, because, like I said, this shelf is wavy all over. So once you get him set up to that spot, that's where he's going to stay, because it's just boom, the way it is. All right, let's scoot this Velocitron guy out of the way. I should have gave those guys their guns. Well, I'll give him his. And, oh, I like that. There you go. We'll give him that gun there. Kind of put him in one of those getting ready for some action poses. Maybe. There. Something like that. I don't like the way that gun's... Oh, there we go. He's all shoulder pads and chest pieces. Yeah, something like that. Well, let's just get him up here. We'll fiddle-faddle with him once we've got him up and done. How about that? There we go. He stands up very well. What's next? Let's do the cell guy that I just got a big nasty fingerprint on. All right. Both of those guys' guns. Let's lay these guns up here. I don't want to start missing them and forgetting them all. Okay. That guy's going to be a little bit of a shelf flare. Oh, let's get his stuff and put back on him, shall we? He came with these nice missiles. That peg into the back here. There, put that there. Come on now. There we go. And let's grab the other one. That goes right in there. All right. There. And his blaster, and he's got a little rail system thing going on. So you know he's going to hold his business good. Let's put him right there for now. We'll figure out what we're going to do with him here in a minute. Just stocking the shelf now. It's like that Walmart, everybody come and stock your shelves. You know what? We're going to have a big workaround with the space shuttle too, so I got to remember that. Maybe the space shuttle is one that we need to set up here real quick, because he takes up a lot of space, but I do want him, you know, still maybe right there, I think would look good. And if you disagree with me, you know, everybody is more than welcome to come and help me. I will accept. Like I said before, I'm not a proud man. All right, I'm just trying to put this wheel thing on there, which snaps on down like that. And, whoa. There we go. This guy we can set more square to the back. You know, like I said in my other video, use all your back shelf space. Use all your front shelf space. With me, it's an inch on the back and an inch on the front. That's why you break. Okay, let me see. Where are we? This thing goes with him. I'm going to set it back there behind. I like, even on my, probably, you know, this has been my way to keep from losing accessories. I keep all the accessories with the little dude. We'll put that there. And before we go too far, can we give it, let's, because I know I got to move this. I got a can of WD-40 that fell down. Something you will never hear in most other people's places. Well, this can of WD-40 fell. And so did everything else. The best we can do is a slow, controlled fall, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I said, yeah, I should probably make sure he's got all of his stuff. Now let's put the one back. And the three others that we knocked over trying to stand up the one. This guy, there's not much you can do with him, you know. But we want him just standing up there loud and proud. And proud. Maybe he needs to lean back a little bit. There. Stay put. Let's really put his gun so he can hold on to it properly. Okay, there we go, there we go. And there, something like that. Oh, without that panel flopped up. Oh, that gun's still dirty. There we go. All right. Lock that gun back in his hand. Let's have him standing doing kind of a cool sideways thing, because we need to get those big wings out of the way first and foremost. Perfect. What other big ones do we have? Our Titan's Return is a big guy. Put that back there with him. And you know what? Can these guys... Now, these guys peg and port all over on him, too, so I'm going to see if we can... Yeah, that's cool. Stand him, or set him up there with him. So we know those guys came with him. And our submarine, we'll just put right there for right now. Okay, where we at? I want to hurry up and get this done. I know everybody's been standing here being patient with me, and I appreciate you all so much. If you hung around and seen me goofily playing here. All right, let's put our Titan's Return right here. And the one thing that I'm severely lacking is some lights. I want to run some lights up back there. Titan's Return. Something needs to go here. How's about Siege? There's a Netflix. All right. Now, we've got enough of them looking that way. We want one of them looking this way. Yep, put that gun down, buddy. I have a big thing about, I don't like showing my characters, like, with their guns aimed at the other characters. Like, you know. Show some restraint. On my shelves, we are all equal. We're all equal in Primus's eyes. That's right. Okay, now we have our train, which I want to display in train mode. So let's put him here. No, everything's going that way. Let's have him going the other way. There we go. See how far back I can push that. Kind of get the nose cone out of the way. There we go. And I still have a couple of weapons, but that's fine. Less is more. And our little baby, let's put him there. A little bit of shelf flare, that's what I like to call it. Esmeralda, hey, hey, hey. Rechargeable air blower that has a little, oh. Yeah, compressed air, yeah. I've tried compressed air, but you know those stupid little caps that are on them, where it's not the cap, but you've got the plastic thing that comes back around? I always just screw those things up. Hey, hey, hey. I screw those things up, and then I'm sitting there with a full can of compressed air with the caps broken on it, and I have no way to blow the stuff out. I tell you what, right here, this is that little Iron Mountain Astrotrain. And I tell you what, he is about the coolest. Let's put him right there in the middle. Make him our tiny, tiny centerpiece. Something like that. Yeah, I think something like that would look good. Oh, because I want to fill that space. There we go. Give him some little hip sachet. All right, what have we got? We've got two more baloney. I call shenanigans. Okay, now this guy, that guy's kind of gray heavy. That's fine. We'll have a gray and a white side. We've got that one guy there to break it up. Put this guy here. I'm going to have to move that gun. Oh, there you go. There you go, buddy. Thank you. Thank you for disarming without throwing a fit. And let's put you back here. And see, we got the little token gray guy over here. He'll keep the shelf. I hate those legs on that one, though. And we've got our Henkite thing right here, our space shuttle. Let's put him back there and put him up here. And we have some extra weapons, and I have these little things, but you know what? I think less is more, and I'm not going to put these up there. Oh, I forgot. This little guy, he's the landing gear. We'll put him over here. Flare. There we go. So what do we have left over? I have a couple of guns, which I think these dudes, I doubled up on guns, but they're fine. Everybody's fine. You're all okay. We'll keep those there. We don't need to display everything that comes along with the character. Now, do we? Oh, I don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, we're going to free float here, okay? So, oh, I don't even know what time it is. The stand just fell right out of my hands. We got our Astro trains done. And they look phenomenal. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everybody that stayed here, everybody that watched, anybody that even popped in and out and said, this a fool, because you know what? You were right. Oh, we have got our Astro trains done. For that, you know what? I also started stacking stuff back up over here. And before that, we got our soundwave or our shockwaves done. Yes, we'll get up there, get on that Optimus Prime. We got our shockwaves done. And I call these guys are, you know, excluding Starscream, you know, 5, Astrotrain, shockwave. And we got our sound waves done. And this has taken us, you have a doctor's appointment? Oh, now I have to, yeah, exactly. And that's what you've done to yourself. I am so proud of us, though. Got the shockwave, or the sound waves. Let's actually get over in there. I wouldn't necessarily call it G1, but I've got some older figures. I've got all that generation stuff. I've got a couple of G1 cassettes in there. And all of this business right here, and that is obviously not a G1. And let us keep going down, keep going down. If the camera goes flying up, that's just me tripping over something. And we got our sound waves. We're going to stop right there because, number one, the rest of the shelf is just a mismatch up of characters, although I did get my little little horriblest gang there. Do I have that knockoff Transformers? That was a cap gun rifle. Probably. I think I do. I've got the one that's the big. I've got that big sniper rifle guy that just came out. But no, I don't think so. I'm not sure. What Esmeralda was bugging me about is up there. Up. She's like, get in the farthest corners you can possibly get into. But up there, I've got a bunch of my MPP-10s, my MP-10s, and a bunch of the generations, and a bunch of this and that, and blah, 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 blah. That'll be the next corner. We'll get into that corner next. That one's from the mid-'80s. Yes, I knew that would make you happy. But we got these done. I'm very happy. I'm very proud of us. Yeah. That looks a whole lot better. I've only had one person really, like I said, give me a little bit of flack, and they were worried about me. They were like, hey, man, you're going to get made fun of. I'm like, yeah, I know. I make fun of myself all the time. It doesn't hurt. It's okay. Opinions are like ears. Everybody's got two. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, I am finally done here. And thank you very much. Everyone knows me in school, tells me, hey, is Optimus Prime your husband? Well, hey, there you go. Be loud and proud about it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, whatever you have going on, it is very much I hope it is the absolute very best. And Stu and Esmeralda and vintage toy world. I'm sorry, man. you know, if you're like me, I think every toy deserves at least a modicum of respect. You know what I'm saying? And I am gonna those little air compressors too. I think that would help a little whatever you want to call it, suck back thing. That. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and family, what you have going on, I hope it is the absolute best, and I will see you all later. If you have anything that you want to throw out a character, I might have it. We'll see about cleaning it. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you all, and thank you all so very much for being with me.